Hey there, folks. My name is Dejan, and putting together kind of a quick video. Excuse the rushed nature of this, I guess. But there's a big change going on with YouTube that we need to talk about, and I don't. It is hard to predict what this is going to mean for my channel, for other Let's Play channels in general. I'm sure if you watch this channel or you are interested in Let's Play channels, most of you probably already know about what's going on with the YouTube copyright claim system that's going on right now. Recently, there was a change to YouTube's policies or something done with their automation system that will find content ID claims and flag them. There was speculation that it was going to be going into effect around next month, January. And it looks like it's actually going into effect much earlier, aka yesterday, as of the time this video is probably going to be uploaded. And the idea is to better deter copyright use or copyright infringement, which honestly I have no issue against. No problem with that. People, they put a lot of work into things that make them money, and they need to make that money in order to keep doing what they do, and I have no issue with that. Somebody taking a movie, I don't know, The Hobbit, for example, and uploading the entire movie to YouTube is a problem, and that getting rid of that is good, so that people are not just watching the movie for free and that's it. There is a difference, though, between something like that and a video game. Obviously, a video game is an interactive medium, and what's happening right now is that YouTube is flagging video game content, let's plays, and commentary, even reviews, as if it were the same as uploading a movie to YouTube. And a lot of big YouTubers even are getting hit with a lot of copyright claims, making it so that they can't monetize their videos. Now, a lot of the bigger YouTubers, people who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, I know I was looking on Twitter yesterday, and saw that Manga Minx, who's a very popular Let's Player, was getting hit with 5 or 6 content claims, and she wasn't able to monetize the videos. What this means for them is that they don't get paid for making those videos and putting the work into making those videos. And for people like Manga Minx, or even bigger people, PewDiePie being the most subscribed to YouTuber on YouTube, with 17 million, if I recall, this means that they can't make the money that they make normally, and it's essentially taking away their paycheck in a form. And if this is your only form of payment, if this is the only way that you make money, this is a big issue. For someone like me, it's not that big of an issue in terms of making money, because I work 2 jobs, I do this on the side, I get paid a little bit. I don't get paid much. Would I like that to change? Sure. I think anybody would. But that's not the issue here. The issue is that there are people out there who do this for a living, who are now getting cut out of a bunch of money for work that they put in. And that is a problem. There are so many different problems with this system now, too. So that's the first thing. You're taking a paycheck away from people who have worked hard to get where they are and to make this a living for themselves. You're taking that away from people who do that kind of work. That's wrong. 2, the content copyright claims that are happening don't seem to add up. There have been numerous claims being put onto videos. For example, like, say I put a video up of Fatal Frame. I'm going through Fatal Frame right now. And I get a copyright claim that a song by Britney Spears is in that video. There's no correlation there at all. But that's what's happening. That might be an extreme example, but something like that is happening, where people are getting claims that a certain song or a certain thing is in their video that isn't. That's problem number 2. Problem number 3 is that what is happening is they are then taking any monetization or any money that is coming from ad revenue in that video and redirecting it to the developers or the publishers who own that content, which in itself isn't necessarily a bad thing. But here is where it gets interesting. The content developers and a lot of people who work for companies like Blizzard or Ubisoft are coming out and saying that they never asked for YouTube to do this flagging process. Ubisoft has said that they are perfectly fine with Let's Play videos. Blizzard has said that they are perfectly fine with Let's Play videos. Developer Digital, I think, is the other company. They said they're perfectly fine with that. The people who make Saints Row 4 after THQ, same thing. And these companies are now being pinged as you have copyright from this company. And so I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who are thinking that that company now has gone after them, and that's not the case. It's YouTube. It's not the game companies. Red Barrel Games, or Red Barrel, the people who made Outlast, have a blanket statement for Let's Plays. They're perfectly fine with it. Rockstar, when GTA 5 came out, they said, you're perfectly fine to do Let's Plays, just don't spoil the ending. These companies are okay with Let's Plays, and they're doing just fine. The biggest problem is that YouTube is trying to basically cover their ass in the speculated case that one of these companies changes their mind and files a lawsuit. Which, they're a big company, and it's Google, and it's a shame that they're doing this, such a sensitive content claiming process and system. It is really hurting a lot of people who have worked hard to get where they are and don't deserve to have hundreds of their videos being ID'd as copyright infringement. I've been reading numerous YouTubers getting hundreds of videos of theirs pulled for monetization because they had copyright claims on them. And it's just been in the last couple days that this is happening. There was no problem up until the last couple days, and then they rolled this out, and it's just swept YouTube and just annihilated a lot of people's revenue. And this is going to be a big problem. Again, if somebody is trying to make money doing this, trying to make a day-to-day living off of it, they're in trouble right now. They're freaking out. Myself, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do about this, because there are games that we can put on YouTube that won't cause any controversy. Indie games, especially. Indies are usually really nice about how they treat Let's Plays. One of the greatest things about Let's Plays is that it encourages people to go play the game. It gets exposure to the developers. And people, they'll watch it and be like, this game looks like fun, I'm going to go buy it. I mean, when I did my GTA 5 playthrough, I did 6 episodes, I think. No, 9 episodes. 6 or 9 episodes, I can't remember. And then after that, I've said, if you want to play the rest of the game or you want to see the rest, go play it for yourself. That's not the case with all games. Obviously, Fatal Frame 2, I'm doing a full playthrough of. I did a full playthrough of Resident Evil. I did a full playthrough of BioShock Infinite. But the problem is not that I'm putting the whole game up there. It's the people are intrigued. And again, the video games are kind of this weird gray area where it's an interactive medium. People who play video games, they don't play them the same. If I play BioShock Infinite, which if you watch my BioShock Infinite playthrough, you know I used Shock Jockey like nothing else. I love that power. But somebody else might be much more varied in how they play. I wasn't. I stuck to what I was happy with. But others, they might change it up. They might do other things. They might completely look at a situation and figure it out in a different way. That's the beauty of video games, is that no matter how many times you watch the same game being played by different people, and I know because I do watch a lot of different people play the same game, it's always different. You get different commentary, You get different perspectives. You get different ways to solve a riddle or a puzzle or just the game in general. You may also see different endings because games are getting a lot better about having different endings to the games that they have, different endings to the story that they have. So this idea that video games are somehow packed into the same medium as music or books or movies or television is absurd. Now, there obviously are examples of games where they kind of bridge that area. Maybe something like Heavy Rain, which is very cinematic and intensive in that. Metal Gear Solid 4, with its hour and a half ending, cinematic things like that. They start to bridge that, and it is definitely more of a concern. But then you get a game like Half-Life or Half-Life 2, no cutscenes. Everything is fully interactive in your control the whole time. That's the beauty of video games, is that you could be playing as Gordon Freeman, and whenever you're in a conversation, you could be running around like you're an ADHD freak. ADHD people aren't freaks. You get what I'm saying. Or you could be standing there listening to what, they're saying, listening to what G-Man has to say, listening to, whatever. Or you could be looking at all the science stuff that's going on in the room, or you could be picking things up and throwing them. You can be doing anything. That's the beauty of video games. They're not this thing where every time you play it, it's the same experience. It's not. And I think this mentality that it is needs to go away. So what am I going to do with my channel? As of right now, I'm going to keep doing things the way I've been doing. Fatal Frame 2 will continue. I have other videos being uploaded, Kentucky Route Zero, more multiplayer stuff, more TTT, some Left 4 Dead, or no, TTT's all done, for now, at least. And I go on vacation on Sunday, so if while I'm gone, shit hits the fan, there will be a change when I get back. Granted, my account is still accessible. If things go downhill, and something like Fatal Frame is a problem and it gets hit with copyright claims, I'm thinking for single player, big games, AAA titles, things like that, I might just switch to going and doing live streams on Twitch of them rather than make uploads and put them over on YouTube. Other games like indie games, granted, there's usually indie games are really nice about Let's Plays. I'm going to continue doing those here on this channel. And then multiplayer stuff like Left 4 Dead or TTT or Prop Hunt or Stop It Slender, things like that will probably still be uploaded on here without any issue as well. Those will all still remain the same. I'm hoping that this will not be a long-term problem, and I'm hoping that YouTube realizes what they're doing. They didn't seem to realize what they were doing with the Google Plus comment system, and that's still murky. But hopefully this new system will be refined or reprogrammed so that people like us who make Let's Plays can continue to do it, continue to be entertaining for you guys, and continue to expose some games that maybe you didn't hear about it before, or maybe you didn't know about it, or you heard about it and you weren't that interested in it, and maybe one video will turn you into wanting to play it. That's the nice thing about these kinds of videos. And to take that away, especially if you make a living off of it, is a problem. I'm sorely disappointed in Google. I've always been a very big fan of Google. I love what they've done with a lot of things. When they're testing the first self-driving car, I was super excited about that. Google's search engine has always been really awesome. I absolutely adore Android. I have 2 Android devices, and I've been looking at the Nexus 5 because I really want to try out KitKat. But I am getting incredibly disappointed with what I'm seeing them do these days. And to say that I won't buy the Nexus 5, It's possible. I dare I say that I would go to iPhone. I'm not a big fan of Apple either. And going to a Windows phone is just absurd. So there's not much choice I would have. Um, but there needs to be something done about this. It really is a big problem. There are a lot of people out there who this is affecting, not only financially, but probably emotionally and mentally as well, because when you take away someone's means to living, they're not going to be able to handle things emotionally and mentally either. This has got to be so stressful for some of the bigger channels, and I can't even imagine what it must be like going through it. The new system will have if you're a part of a multi-network, if multi-channel network or an MCN, you will be split into two categories. You will be split into either a managed part of the network or an affiliate part of the network. Affiliates basically get nothing out of a network now. An affiliate basically goes back to what it was like before you had a network to take care of your copyright claims. Honestly, there's no point in being in a network if you're an affiliate. Managed network personalities still get all the same benefits that they've had before. So if you're in a network and you are managed, then everything will pretty much be the same as it has been. You will have no copyright issues. Your network will be taking care of all that stuff for you. But if you are an affiliate, you need to look at what is going to happen, because you might get hit with more content copyright claims, and it is a big problem happening right now. If this, when I go on vacation, I'm so worried about this. I'm going to go on vacation, get hit with 3 strikes, and then my account's going to be like suspended or deleted or something. Just to be safe, I'm just going to let you guys know. Like, if shit really hits the fan and something happens while I'm on vacation, or and I have no control over what's going on because I can't do much from like my phone or something. I don't like to promote this, but I do have a personal channel. It is linked on the side of my main page. It's just Dazerin instead of Dazerin Game, which I've had that one for a while. It is just a personal page, but if something happens that this channel is not existent when I come back, or something happens that I can't get access to it, I'll probably do an update video on there. Or if you want, you can go over to my Twitch, hit to follow me there, and I'll probably, if I end up doing the live stream thing, at least you'll know then. I'm just doing this so that you guys can know ahead of time that I have those places as well, so that you guys can still find things out for me. I also have the Facebook page or the Twitter. You can follow me on those or like my page if you want to do that stuff. It's all up to you. If you want to do that, it's fine. It's always linked below. At least my Twitter and Facebook are always linked below. So if you guys want to keep updated on that kind of stuff, you can be. It's just, again, I'm just really disappointed with what I've been seeing. There have been people like, even this one even gets even more absurd. Game Informer, one of the biggest game magazines in the world, got hit with content claims for copyright infringement. And the funny thing is, they have developers of those games sometimes on their Let's Plays. So that's just how absurd this whole thing has been. So anyway, this has been a rant, and I don't know how to end this thing. It's just anyway. Thank you guys, and we're getting so close to 1,000. We're almost at 900. You guys, I've always appreciated your support and the fact that you're here listening and watching and enjoying my videos. I want to keep doing this so much. I'm not going to give up on this. I'm not. If I have to go to Twitch, or I have to figure some other website out to do this, I will, if it means getting content out for you guys to watch, because you guys are so important. You guys make this whole thing happen, and the fact that I can entertain you guys and you enjoy what I do makes me smile every day. So I will figure this out, and we are not going to sit by and let this happen. I'm sure petitions have been started already for this. I don't know yet. I haven't looked, but I'm sure there's something, just like with the Google Plus comment system. But we will fight back against this. A lot of the developers are saying, like for example, Ubisoft said that if you're having content claims from YouTube, send us the URL and we will work to make sure that you can monetize the videos. And that's awesome. That is so awesome. Ubisoft, I've always been a big fan of Ubisoft. I may not be as big a fan of kind of like the yearly Assassin's Creed thing they were doing for a while, but I've always had a big respect for Ubisoft, especially like with Rayman. I do love Assassin's Creed, and Watch Dogs, and all the stuff. I really appreciate them as a company, and like some of the absurd things that they do, like Aisha Tyler. So, props to them. Kudos to them. Kudos to other developers like Blizzard, and some of the smaller companies who are helping us Let's Players continue to do what we love to do, and that is bring entertaining content for you guys to watch, and showing you some cool games that maybe you would not have known about otherwise. But anyway, sorry guys, I needed to rant about that. I needed to get this off my chest. Anyway, thank you guys so much for all the support you've given me. I hope that this only continues, and I hope that this whole fiasco is solved and fixed and resolved, so that we can continue to do what we love to do. So, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video. Okay. See ya!